Hello everyone, my name is Educator Mamogo and you are welcome to Oakscam Academy. Now if you are new to my channel, kindly hit the subscription button below, also like, share and of course avail yourself to the lessons so as not to be left behind. Welcome back. So in today's class we're going to be continuing from our series on acid, base and salt. If you are yet to watch that video or those lessons, kindly check them out in my channel. They are titled acid, base and salt for the respective components of that lesson. Okay, but for today's lesson we're going to be learning how to calculate problems under pH. You can remember that in our previous lesson we talked about pH and buffer solutions. So let's get right into it. But first things first, just as a recap, what is a pH scale? Now we learned that a pH scale is a scale of measurement used to determine the acidity and alkalinity of a substance. So a pH scale shows how alkaline or how basic a substance is. So these are the calculations I'm going to be taking to ensure that we understand how to solve pH calculations. So the first calculation on the board is number one. The question says calculate the pH of a solution with hydrogen ion concentration of 2.5 times 10 raised to power minus 3m. So now when you are solving calculations under pH, there are two formulas that you need to take note of, and I'm going to be dropping them on the screen. Okay, so with these two formulas you can be able to solve any problem under pH, but the formula to use is dependent on the question being asked. Okay, so we're going to be making use of these formulas in solving these four questions. So let's go. So for the first question, the question says what? Calculate pH. So what we're looking for is what? pH. Now the formula for pH is pH equal to minus log H plus. So this is the formula for calculating pH. pH equals to what? Minus log H plus. So pH is equal to minus log. So what we want to do is to substitute our value for the hydrogen ion. Now the question told us that the solution has a hydrogen ion concentration of 2.5 times 10 raised to power minus 3. So wherever we see hydrogen ion, we replace it by what? The value. So we're going to be writing 2.5 times 10 raised to power minus 3. So our calculator will do the rest. Okay, if you also have a log leading table, you can also use that. Our answer is what? 2.6. We have 2.602, but we can basically sum it up as what? 2.6. So our answer, our pH for this particular question is 2.6. I hope we understand. For the second question, the question says find the pH of a solution with a hydroxide ion concentration of 4.8 times 10 raised to power minus 2m. So we're going to be using the same formula, but in this case we're not dealing with hydrogen ion, which is our H plus. We're dealing with what? Hydroxide ion, which is OH minus. So our formula is pH equals to minus log OH minus, because why? We are dealing with what? Hydroxide ion concentration. So it's the same thing. So we're going to be writing pH equal to minus log. So wherever we see OH, we're going to be replacing it by the what? Value. And we're told that the value is what? 4.8 times 10 raised to power minus 2. So 4.8 times 10 raised to power minus 2. So our calculator will do the rest. Okay, so let's quickly make use of that. So our answer is 1.31. So what we have is actually 1.3187. So we can approximate and say 1.32. Okay, so it's 1.318. So we just approximate to what? 1.32. So this is our answer. Okay, so it's that simple. Okay, so let me just come down so that we're not confused. 1.32. Okay, so this is our answer. You can see that it is very simple. Please, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. But that said, let's move on to question number 3. Number 3 says a solution has a pH of 9.2. So we're already given the pH for this question. We said the pH is what? 9.2. And then we're told to calculate the pOH and the hydroxide ion concentration. So we're looking for two things. We're looking for what? pOH, and we're looking for hydroxide ion concentration. So you can see that this question is very different from number 1 and number 2. So we're going to be applying a different formula, which is the second formula in the video that I gave previously. So to solve this, we're going to be using this formula, pH plus POH equal to 14. So this is the formula we're going to be using. Now we're told to look for what? POH. We're going to be making POH subject of the formula. So that will be POH equal to 14. This will go over minus pH. So POH will be equal to 14 minus. So what is the value of our pH? We're told that the value of our pH is what? 9.2. So let's put our 9.2. So we're going to be calculating that. So 14 minus 9.2 will give us 4.8. So our answer is what? 4.8. But this is not all. What we just managed, or what we just succeeded in calculating, is what? POH. So we now know that the POH for this question is what? 4.8. But that does not answer the question, because we have to calculate both the POH and the hydroxide ion concentration. So we're going to be applying another formula to get what? The hydroxide ion concentration. So to get the hydroxide ion concentration, this is the formula we're going to be using. So OH minus is equal to anti-log. Then remember, we're looking for what? Minus POH. So this is the formula that we're going to be using. OH minus is equal to what? This is anti-log. Please take note. This is anti-log minus POH. Okay, so that is the formula. Then we're going to be substituting. So remember, we're looking for what? Hydroxide ion, which is the OH. So OH minus is equal to, all we need to do is to find the anti-log of our POH, and our POH is what? 4.8. So find the anti-log of 4.8. So use your calculator. For those of us that do not know how to find anti-log on our calculators, simply press shift and log. So when you press shift and log, you get anti-log. So press shift and log, and then 4.8. But don't forget that there's a minus sign here. So ensure you put your minus, otherwise your answer will not be correct. So your hydroxide ion is equal to what? Anti-log of what? Minus 4.8. So when you do that on your calculator, what you will have is 1.584. So we can call it 1.58, or we say 1.6, but let's take that 1.58 times 10 raised to power minus 5. So this is our answer. So meaning that our hydroxide ion concentration is 1.58 times 10 raised to power minus 5. Please ensure that when you are doing typing in your log, your anti-log in your calculator or your logarithm, you put your values in a bracket. Okay, so you say anti-log in bracket minus 4.8. So this is how your final answer should look like. So you can see that it is quite simple. On your own, please attempt to answer number 4, then play the video to see if you have gotten it. But yes, if you have watched the video up to this point, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Also subscribe so as to be made aware when videos are uploaded on the platform. Okay, so the last question says, calculate the hydrogen ion concentration of a solution with a pOH of 5.6. So this question and this question are very similar, but for this question we are looking for what? Hydrogen ion concentration, and we're given what? The pOH. So for us to calculate the hydrogen ion concentration, you must first of all know what the pH is. We're not given the pH, we have to find what? pH. Okay, so we're going to be using this same formula. So solution, we're going to be saying pH plus pOH is equal to 14. Okay, then we're looking for pH. So pH will be equal to 14 minus pOH. The pOH will go over the equal to sign and become minus. So pH will be equal to 14 minus, and we're told that the pOH is what? 5.6. So 5.6. So we're going to be subtracting 5.6 from 14. So 14 minus 5.6 will give us 8.4. So our answer here is equal to what? 8.4. So that is our pH. So the pH for this answer is what? 8.4. But that is the pH. We need to calculate what? The hydrogen ion. So the formula for calculating hydrogen ion is the second part, just a little twist. This one has to do with hydroxide, but this is what? Hydrogen ion, which is the H+. So our formula is H+ is equal to what? Antilog in brackets minus H. Okay, so this is the formula. H+ is equal to antilog minus H+. So you substitute your values. So H+ is equal to, we're going to be finding the antilog of what? Our H+, which we just, our pH, pH. So that is pH. So minus pH. So what is in bracket is your pH, which was the value you just calculated for. So antilog of what? Your pH. And our pH, which you calculated for, is what? 8.4. So 8.4 minus 8.4. Don't forget your minus sign. Minus 8.4. So if we do that with our calculator very quickly, I just explained it to you. You press your shift, your log, and then you put it in a bracket, minus 8.4, and you close your bracket. Your answer will give you 3.981, but let's call it 3.9 times 10 raised to the power minus 9. So this is your final answer. Very simple. Your final answer is what? 3.98 times 10 raised to the power minus 9. So I'm going to be dropping a question on the video, like a form of exercise or classwork. It's just one question. Please attempt it, and then once you have gotten your answer, let me know in the comment section below. So just comment with your answer, okay? And please attempt to do it by yourself so that you know that you were able to understand what I have taught today. Please, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you have comments, something you want me to teach on, also let me know in the comment section below. With that, I mean your tutor, Ogenetejiro Mamogo. Have a wonderful day.